I never thought I'd be the kind of person who would sit back and watch someone's life fall apart. But when you've spent years carrying someone else's weight and protecting your child from the fallout, your perspective changes. This is a story about a co-parent who never learned responsibility and the consequences that were always coming. During our relationship, finances were never shared evenly. I paid the bills. I planned. I worried. He avoided responsibility completely. It wasn't temporary and it wasn't accidental. It was a pattern. I didn't fully understand it at the time, because when you're trying to keep a household running and raise a child, you don't always see how deep the problem goes. When we split up, instead of taking accountability, he told his parents that I was the abusive one. He played the victim perfectly. They believed him and took him in without hesitation. What followed should have been his chance to rebuild. For 4 years, he lived with his parents. 4 years with no rent, no real bills, no pressure, no excuse not to save money or plan for his future, especially with children involved. But instead of using that time to grow, he stayed exactly the same. He didn't prepare. He didn't change. He didn't take responsibility. Eventually, his parents couldn't take it anymore. They were exhausted emotionally and financially. But instead of holding firm boundaries, they did something that honestly shocked me. They gave him $10,000 just to get him out of their house. $10,000, a clean slate, a chance most people never get, and he still failed. Within 1 year of leaving their home, the eviction notices started. The first lawsuit came in for around $6,000. It dragged on, and then suddenly went quiet. I didn't know what happened. I assumed maybe, once again, someone had bailed him out. But now, a year later, reality has caught up. Another eviction has been filed, this time for $12,000, and here's the part that makes it impossible to feel sympathy. About a month before this latest eviction, he chose to take an entire month off work. Not because of medical issues, not because of emergencies, just because he wanted to. He knew eviction was coming. He knew money was already gone. He knew he had children depending on him, and he had a newborn baby at home. Yet he still chose himself. At this point, his situation is almost impossible. He has no savings, no backup plan, no stability. He now has a new wife, 4 children from before, and a newborn. The only possible way out is if his new wife's father steps in and rescues them. And honestly, just imagine being asked to do that. Imagine being asked to take in your daughter, her newborn baby, her new husband she's only known for about a year, and his 4 other children. That's not support. That's a full household collapse being dropped at your door. Maybe it will happen. Maybe it won't. But what's clear is this. Every time he's been rescued, he's learned nothing. Meanwhile, I've been living a very different reality. I'm a single parent. I don't have parents paying my bills. I wasn't handed $10,000 to start over. I don't have a second adult in the house to fall back on. It's just me, and it's hard. But every choice I make is for my child. I work, I budget, I plan, I sacrifice. I make sure my child has stable housing, consistency, and safety, because that's what children deserve. It's infuriating to watch someone repeatedly get bailed out while never growing up, to watch people be used and manipulated, to watch children suffer because an adult refuses to face reality. I don't wish suffering on anyone, but I do believe that consequences are sometimes the only teachers left. You can't keep living like life is a vacation when you have children relying on you. My child deserves better. She deserves stability. She deserves a parent who shows up, not someone who disappears when things get hard. I'm done being angry. I'm done being shocked. I'm done hoping someone else will finally hold him accountable. Because at the end of the day, I'm building something real for my child, for our future, and for myself. And if this is finally the moment where reality hits him, then maybe, just maybe, it's the lesson he should have learned years ago.